Hello everyone. It's been a little bit. I know I had the track day video, but haven't had just a video where I talk in a little while since I went to the Dragon. So, gonna go over here, get on Natchez Trace, go north, and maybe head into Nashville. We'll see. It's kind of gloomy today, a little chilly, but it's better than staying home. Still breaking in these new gloves. I had a bigger pair that I just kind of gave up on them ever fitting me, and I sized down one, and these are much more comfortable. They're just getting broken in. That is a cool Triumph. I didn't know Triumphs made baggers like that. It's pretty cool. Got some gas. I have water. I got a snack. I'm good to go. Love when everything. These guys, I'm sure, just got off the trace. Ooh. This one KRR. And I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed to admit how long I've gone without knowing this was here. I'd heard about it before, but I hadn't been riding it until a few weeks ago. Highly recommended if you've never been. Whew. So backslip out a little bit. Getting used to those track lean angles. Public roads can't handle them. So the track day was super fun. First time ever, and I just did the street heat, which is a little less expensive, and you don't have to have a complete suit to do it. You can just ride in your street gear. And yeah, you can't like go ham on the track, but you go out with the coach, and it's just a few of you with the coach, and they like point out apexes and kind of show you the lines, and it was just a really cool intro to what track riding is like. And now that I've done it, I really want to get a proper suit and like start going to track days, because there are a few tracks within a few hour drive. Might be something I can really get into, but we'll see. After I got back from the Tail of the Dragon, like a week after, I was riding just like this, and my engine light, whatever, came on, and my ABS light came on shortly afterwards. And so I pulled over. It was acting fine. So I pulled over, and when I tried to put it in neutral, it just wouldn't, it would be in neutral, but it wouldn't indicate on the dash. And so something was going on weird there. And thankfully I wasn't too far from home. And I was just trying to make it home. Just let me get home, just let me get home. And unfortunately, a few miles later, my bike died on me. The throttle response was getting weird, and it was like, ultimately, what I found out was the electrical system was going out. So the stator went out. And so I had to park somewhere. I called my sister, and she picked me up. Super, super thankful to her for that. And got my truck, loaded it up, took it home, and now I know a lot more about motorcycle charging systems than I did before. So in that way, I'm thankful that it happened. It didn't leave me stranded in the mountains of East Tennessee, so that's cool. It happened nice and convenient. near home. So when I started troubleshooting, like I got a multimeter and learned how to use that a little bit. And I started it and the battery was just draining, like it wasn't replenishing the charge. So I didn't think it was the battery. Then I checked the rectifier, which takes the AC current from the engine, from the stator rotor, and turns it into direct current that the battery can use. Anyway, tested the rectifier, and it seemed okay. So I'm like, okay. Moved down to the stator and checked the wires, and it didn't look like it was healthy. It wasn't really showing any continuity. And it's a three-wire, three-phase, that's what it's called, I think. Three-phase stator. So I ordered one, and I've got a few pictures, or a picture where you can see where I had the new stator in front, and then I compared it to the old stator, and you could absolutely see where at least one of the wires on the old stator that was in my bike was totally burnt out. So that was it. I replaced it and did some testing. It started charging the battery. I checked the battery later. The battery was holding charge, which tells me the battery is still good. It wasn't damaged, which I'm very thankful for. So we're back at it. But it makes me think, because this bike is a 2024, so it's about a year old, and yeah, I've had this bike almost exactly a year, and I'm about to hit 15,000 miles, but it really kind of boggles my mind that that happened, because the stator is in a spot where it just stays still. It's bolted to the engine, and there's no physical contact with any moving parts. And even though that's the case, the stator is there, and the rotor, which is driven by the engine, rotates around it. And that's how the alternating current is made. And it just boggles my mind that a component like that would get burnt out. Maybe it's just maybe it's a manufacturing defect, maybe it's from, just it was time to be replaced after having so many heat cycles. But yeah, a little baffling. But anyway, it was super interesting to learn about it, because the stator's there, it's bolted, and the rotor rotates around it and creates alternating current. Then it goes up the wires and connects to the rectifier. And the rectifier, somehow, I don't know how, takes that alternating current and converts it into direct current. So like alternating current and then direct current is just like the straight line. And that is used to go back into the battery. So I learned a lot. I love this road. It's so pretty. And it goes all the way from, I guess it starts, and we'll go to the start, in like east, a little bit east of Nashville, west of Nashville. And then it goes all the way down to like the Gulf, almost. So it's like 400 something miles of basically this, from what I understand. So let's see, what else happened? Oh yeah, the tire fiasco. So I changed my own tires, and yes, I scratched the crap out of the rims, but I'm getting better at it. I just use the tire spoons, and I break the bead kind of however I can. But that's the hardest part. If you could figure out a consistent way to break the bead, I think the rest is pretty easy. As long as you use like soapy water and stuff. But anyway, I had replaced the back tire a little while ago, and it was finally time to get the front tire replaced. It was down to the wear indicators. So, got a new tire, and I had ordered it online, Road 6, to match the back. And I put it on. I had taken the old one off. I put it on, and it wasn't holding air. It wasn't, the bead wasn't seating at all. I couldn't even get any air into it. So I thought, okay, let me try a ratchet strap. So I grabbed a ratchet strap, and I wrapped it around the tire, and I ratcheted that thing down so tight to try and get that bead to enough to get some initial air into it. No luck. Tried that multiple times with soapy water. I'm like, okay, maybe I just don't have enough air pressure, because I was using a bicycle pump. Imagine that. I thought, okay, I need more PSI. I need to be able to deliver more air than this bicycle pump. So I got an air compressor, 200 PSI air compressor, and did the same thing, had the ratchet strap on it, and that wasn't doing it for me. I'm like, what is going on? So I got a heat gun, and I use, because if a tire is stored, from what I understand, it's like under a bunch of tires, it'll get like flattened out, and sometimes you have to like hold the beads open for it to kind of take that shape and seal to the rim. So I did that. I plucked a bunch of cardboard. I made a bunch of like cardboard rolls and stuffed it to hold the bead open, and I heated it a little bit with my heat gun. So, okay, maybe that'll work. Nothing. I could not get air into this tire. Oh yeah, check out this bridge. They didn't always have this fence here, but it's so high up. Such a cool place. Everybody taking pictures. Me and some buddies were here a little while ago, and we were walking on the bridge like they are, getting pictures of our bikes, and an officer, police officer or sheriff came by and told us like, hey, don't walk on this bridge. So we're like, okay, but I see people walking on it all the time. So yeah, I could not get air into this tire. So finally, I'm like, fine, let me take it to a shop and they can just do this for me. I'm done. I had worked on it for multiple hours. So I took it to the dealership. They played with it for a while. They came back and said, yeah, we can't put air into it either. And ultimately they said like, hey, there's a defect, and they pointed it out. And it's like the bead was misshapen. And I asked, I'm like, hey, can that be like due to tire spoons and stuff? And they're like, no, it's, and they pointed it out, and it was like pretty obvious that there was a defect in where it was seating. So I felt very vindicated. I'd spent so many hours trying to get this thing on my wheel, and they couldn't do it, and it was just a bad tire. So unexpected, but I took the tire back, and they gave me a refund, and I ordered a new one, and it went right on. And I was able to put air into it, and I heard the pops. It's when the beads seat, when you put air into it, it's like pop, pop, and it's super loud. So all is well now. And it is a pretty road. Lots of bicyclists up here too. I know my dad talked about he took a big bicycle trip, and a part of it was on this road. Oh, another thing. All kinds of things. My ram mount, I was on my way to a meet, and I didn't have my phone in it, but it kind of fell apart while I was on the interstate, and I was able to keep this part, but the piece that, like the little elastic strap, went flying off. I'm like, oh, that's not here anymore. And also the piece that connects the phone holder to the mount. It was okay at first. I had it and I could kind of tucked everything above my dash, but I must have gone over a bump or something and that went flying. So just FYI, I love this mount. You just have to make sure to tighten this little doodad when you're not using the phone, when you don't have it like secure. Because I like to loosen it because it puts a lot of stress on this ball and I don't want it to be permanently deformed. So lesson learned. I just needed to keep more tension on it so it doesn't rattle loose. I feel like it's been a weird spring. Like it's almost June and I have to wear like something windproof. I guess I'll be wishing for these days when it's 93 degrees and 100% humidity. I heard on Facebook that this gas station has closed, which is unfortunate. I only went there like twice, but it was a nice, convenient place to get gas right before getting on the trace. Yeah, bummer. A bunch of traffic cones and caution tape. Huh. I wonder why. Oh, bummer. Just love this cafe. I've never been there, but I hear good things. All kinds of Memorial Day shenanigans. Yeah, Trader Joe's and Target. This place is happening. Lots of motorcycles out. Love to see it. This guy's on a journey. Heck yeah. I kind of want to talk to him. What's his story? That bike is loaded down. We're turning around. That looks fun. I've never been there. Excuse me while I shift down 50 gears. Yoink. Ooh, pretty. Whoa, cool. Nope, there it goes. Bicycle man. Good luck on your journey, friend. Check this out. Ooh, this water is high. Distance next public takeout at Coley Davis. Oh, cool. Tubes, average of 1 mile an hour. Something I wasn't very aware of is that, or until recently, is that gas stations have like these protein sections. So that's nice. Muddy boots, muddy boots. Love this bike. It's been so good to me. Minus the stator issue. Yeah, these are starting to get comfy. Still a little tight across the palm, but oh well. Alright, y'all. Might end the video here, so thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.